Singed. There you go.
I didn't say singed, did I? I said burnt.
Isn't it just a subcategory of burnt?
No,
Hey,
it's
everybody.
not. If I
It
say I
is.
singed your cat, you'd be much less concerned than I said I burnt your cat. Your
Well,
cat
I
is
would still be
smolders.
concerned.
I think I'd be. I think I'd be equally as upset if you set fire to my cat, even if it was only a little bit burned.
Equally? You'd be equally as upset if the cat was only singed? That doesn't make
Singed.
any fucking sense.
Singed. To burn something superficially or lightly.
Yeah, lightly.
Yeah, but it's still a burn!
If
did
I
still
handed
set
you
my
a
cat
bowl,
on
first
fire.
of all, how the fuck are you singeing popcorn and not burning it? It's popcorn. It has
Singe is
sweet
a
taste.
type of burning!
It is it's either unfucking popped, or it is popcorn, or it is black. There's not like a fucking you're cooking the shit in a microwave. What the fuck do you mean? Oh, it's lightly toasted. Artisanally toasted fucking popcorn.
overcook it
What are you
slightly.
talking about?
You can, like, barely overcook popcorn.
That's not burnt. That's not
What a
burnt.
start.
No one would look at slightly toasted popcorn and say you've burnt my popcorn. They would be a psychopath.
No, it's
February 10th, 9:39 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Why does this feel like the start of a musical?
I'm about to have my villain arc.
Hell yeah, dude.
Swissy, it's you, and you're not even looking at the screen share.
Goddamn right.
Fucking.
Oh shit, dude, we're doing the end of Judgment. It's like
No? I don't know why Stream
Oh, yeah.
Element said that, because everything else says that the thing that I typed in.
No, get fucked, I guess.
Yeah.
Judgment finale for real this time.
What? What?
Good morning. Are you by yourself?
Ah. Morning, Pearls.
Mr. Nick, please tell me what's going to happen to Mystic Maya?
I'm sorry. We don't know yet. The investigation is still going on, so I wasn't allowed into the Wow. Just had a stroke mid-sentence.
Temple.
Damn.
Oh, I see. So is Sister Iris still trying to remove those trick locks in the training hall?
No, she's the defendant in this case, so she can't be at the Inner Temple. She's required to be here in court.
Then how come she's not here in the defendant's lobby?
I have to admit it's kind of strange. I don't know who this is. No, it's
if
Edgeworth.
you're looking for Iris, she's in the prosecutor's lobby.
Edgeworth. What's Iris doing over there?
She's going over today's testimony with the prosecutor as we speak.
Today's testimony.
You heard me. Iris is going to be testifying as a witness for the prosecution.
Wait, what?
The prosecutor is squeezing her for a confession. Or so I heard.
Francesca von Karma, what are you up to?
I know what you're thinking, but Francesca isn't going to be the prosecutor today.
What? Then who is?
It's definitely Godo.
What?
Who else would it be but Godo?
Godo.
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 Francesca is engaged in some important work at the Sacred Cavern.
The Sacred Cavern? You don't mean that she's...
Dead? I do.
Exactly.
He's been out there all night trying to remove those. Does no one own a bolt cut? Does no one own
I
like a
know.
fucking hacksaw?
They're
Are
made
they
of, like,
incapable of getting
unobtainium or
through?
something, I don't know.
What the fuck? You could just cut through the bars of the cage wall, if nothing else.
No.
Or the chain.
You
no.
you could have this done in like a matter of hours. It shouldn't take you days.
They didn't have that kind of
What is
technology in
this?
2003.
They had no way to break metal.
Nah,
it
there's no
couldn't
way.
be done.
Couldn't be done. They
She
didn't have
has
enough
been
jet
out there
fuel to
all
melt the
night
steel beams.
trying to remove those trick locks. with the head nun's assistance, naturally. We estimate that the last of the lock should be taken care of in about 3 hours.
Okay.
I hope everything continues to go smoothly and we receive some good news soon.
Yeah, thanks, Edgeworth.
Prosecutor Godo intends to nail this case shut today. Be prepared to fight like there's no tomorrow.
You don't have to tell me that.
Touché. I can already see it in your eyes. I can feel it in your smile. You're not the same fever-ridden, frantic maniac you were yesterday.
Wow. It's strange. On the way here, I decided that today would be the end of all this. Almost immediately after I made that decision, I felt myself get...
Whoa!
Phoenix walks into the courtroom with just a Glock.
Blam.
It's like, I've had enough. No more of this.
It's time to. You hear what's that in the distance? Is that the song "Pumped Up Kicks" slowly fading into view?
No.
That was just Boko stretching, don't worry about it.
What the fuck?
Huh. Interesting.
Is she okay, or did she split in half and fall on the floor?
No, she's fine, I think.
Maybe you've passed your cold onto someone else. Literally.
What?
What? And with that,
Is there a figurative way to say that?
I don't...
I'll rest in your capable hands, partner.
Yeah,
Armor.
thanks. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go get a bolognese.
I still don't have answers for the most of the riddles plaguing this case.
Dude, there are no good riddles. I tried looking up riddles, and they're all dog shit, dude. It's like people came up with like 5 good riddles that get repeated a lot, like the what rich people have and poor people want. That fucking thing or whatever. The opposite of those. I said that
Yes,
backwards. It's like
you
the
did,
the
but-
10 good riddles, and then everything else is just like,
Shit.
what's red and eats rocks? A big red rock eater. It's fucking dog shit. There's like 4 good riddles ever. It's very sad.
The circumstances around the murder of Miss Elise Denham. No, I mean Miss Misty Fey. The impossible
Miss
flight
Misty
Larry
Fey.
claims to have seen.
Miss Fey.
Miss Fey. And what that woman is really after.
She had like a
I will
penis,
solve them all and bring this whole tragedy to an end.
You know, like with that.
Miss
Shaft.
February 10th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 7.
What now?
Your Honor, what are you... Oh, right, the Canadian judge was presiding over this last time.
All right, I was the other guy, wasn't I? I forgot. Oh, me? Well, my little brother came to visit me in my chambers over the morning. All of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, he developed a scorching fever and fainted.
What?
Damn.
And well, I was standing in for him.
I see, Your
He was
Honor.
crazy.
So they're
He
brothers.
said
That
something
explains a
about
lot.
hockey and then died.
They're brothers, but one of them was Canadian, I guess.
You know how it is. Divorced families and all.
Yeah.
My poor brother. He looked like he looked a bit bad, but not to mention sad that he couldn't be here. Hi, Mulligan.
Hey, Malagai.
I know, that was my reaction too. I was almost about to fall asleep on my couch. And then they're like, actually, it's fucking, like, the
was on
stream's
the
at noon
schedule.
today. I don't look at the schedule.
Neither do I.
Why would I ever? Plus, it wasn't even right this week. You had to
No.
have an amendment to the schedule. It
Fair
is
enough.
impossible to predict
He's right, you know.
what the future has in store for any of us. This is precisely why people feel the need to judge the past.
Yeah, okay.
What?
Okay. Is he
And we
implying
in
that...
court
he would judge the future if it were possible? What does that mean?
I would. I have. You're guilty.
Damn.
He kicks you in the nuts.
Ah.
My pingus and we, the court, have been charged with the solemn duty of passing such judgment.
Man, it's so sad when I go to play a sound and then like voice mod broke last week, so I don't have access to it anymore right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well said, Mr. Godo. Probably. I understood exactly what you said. At least up until the end, anyway. Now then, Mr. Yodo, please proceed with your opening statement. Humans are fragile, fickle beings. Our hearts change with the shifting of tides.
Uh-huh.
There's only one thing that remains a constant in this crazy world.
Death in Texas.
Coffee.
The value of my NFT.
No!
The bitter darkness that lies at the bottom of this mug.
What, your fucking leftover coffee spit?
What do you...
What?
My backwash.
How do you drink coffee, Swissy?
I open my
You like a
mouth and
coffee
tip the...
spit?
I open my mouth, put the glass against my face, and just sort of let the liquids exchange. Wherever they go, they go.
Sorry. I'm trying to process the concept of coffee spit. What is that?
I mean,
do you drink
okay,
coffee
so-
like you chew tobaccos down there
No.
in Indiana? What's
no.
going on?
Just put it in
I
the fucking
whack
my
two,
bottom
and I.
lip.
No. No, I'm like,
No.
so there's like a non-zero amount of spit left over at the end of everything you drink, right?
Sure.
That's like impossible to not be the case.
I feel like that's not true.
It depends how you drink it, I guess.
I mean, I don't, so
I don't
know.
spit into glass.
I think I've just been scarred by a Danny Phantom episode where they talked about fucking backwash and shit. That's why they don't
No,
share drinks.
I'm familiar with the concept of backwash. I've just never seen an amount of it that I found, like, obvious.
I'm not talking
or
like a
troubling,
severe
you know?
amount of it. He said at the bottom of the mug. He didn't say it was a full mug of spit.
Well,
That's
he didn't
not
say
what
it
I was
spit
sitting
at
there-
all. I think he was
I
implying the coffee.
But he said the bottom of the mug.
Where all the spit goes, yeah.
I'm gonna kill
the spit
myself,
from your
dude.
coffee drinking goes
Tonight. I'm gonna order an Uber and tell it to drive up a fucking bridge.
They might not do that. I don't
Might
know. if I pay you $25, will you destroy your car and perhaps yourself?
And also me.
So then you mean, forget it. What do you mean? During yesterday's trial, the accused refused to admit, to admit her role in the crime.
The accused refused. The accused refused.
So I just my weekly check-in. We're still on the I cannot ban Mulligai,
Yes.
right? Like forever. I cannot hit Mulligai with a shovel.
He's
I'm
the
not
only
allowed to.
person that pays me. Well, you mean you can hit him with a shovel, just don't kill him. Or stop his bank account, I guess.
But today, she has had a change of heart. That rhymes with fart. Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. I've got a rhyming disease. In my
head, everything rhymes.
I'm writing till I
Till I
can't.
get. Till my head.
God.
Music in my head all the time.
Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple has a confession to make. Confession? The defendant?
That now.
Iris. Why didn't she discuss this with
Okay.
me first?
That song is my name on Marvel Snap. I got the title rhymes with orange, so I made my
Nice.
Marvel Snap name Porridge with George, which
Nice.
fits exactly. It's like at the character limit. Very well. Oh, now hear the defendant's confession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession.
What?
That's one of my rules.
What?
What?
My name is Iris. I am but a simple nun undergoing training at Hazakura Temple.
Hey girl, what's your name?
What's
What do
your
you
name and
do for a
profession?
living? Hey girl.
Damn.
Witness, is there something that you want to confess to?
Yes, but first I want to apologize to Mr. Wright. I can't continue lying to everyone anymore. It's alright. What is it? Mr. Wright, I have to admit that I did play a part in this terrible incident. I think we knew that.
I committed murder.
Are you actually confessing? Are you saying that you were the one who murdered Miss Denham?
No, I'm not, Your Honor. But I dealt with the cover-up after the murder took place. After her spirit left, I took the lifeless shell of Mystic Elise and carried it to the Hazakura Temple courtyard where I desecrated it.
What?
You did what?
I didn't read the case files before I got in here today. What the fuck?
Witness, are you saying you were accomplice to the murder?
Yes, that's correct.
What?
What? 3 minutes in court and I'm already covered in a cold sweat.
That's funny.
Everyone on the planet is an accomplice to something. It just happens to be that in this case, it's to murder.
Damn.
Go to the kind of guy to use Reddit unironically, dude.
True.
Isn't that right, Mr. Trite?
Yeah, that Godo. So this is the confession they were conferring about. It pains me to say this, but it looks like Iris's testimony was all a lie. Iris's testimony crumpled up and shoved into a pocket.
Shoved into a pocket. Now then, little lady, if you don't mind, I've got a question for you. Can I call you Kitten?
I've got a kitten and a horse. What animal do you want me to call you?
I can call you a different animal.
You know what? I think it was a mistake to ever be friends with y'all.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
I'd agree.
What's wrong? What did I do?
Not much. I'm just wondering where I would be otherwise, you know.
Huh?
Alone. Whose crime were you trying to cover
True.
up by your actions?
Iris
You're right,
was
Sissy,
covering
to become
for
your friend, I
someone?
personally found a cooler person that was gonna be your friend, and I killed them. And I assumed their place. You never got to meet Jeff. That's
Foxworthy?
bad for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Actual
No!
comedian Jeff
Comedy
Foxworthy was going to be your friend.
Jeff, no!
He could have introduced you to Bill and Larry.
I could have been smarter than a 5th grader.
And Dave, don't forget Dave.
Dave, yeah.
Who the fuck is Dave?
You know Dave.
Dave, he's the 4th guy whose name I can never remember.
No, that's
Are you
Ron.
thinking of Ron? Okay.
That's wrong.
No, not Ron. Dave.
Who the fuck is Dave?
I
You don't know Dave?
What?
Now I'm definitely up the creek without a paddle or a life jacket. I've been at Hazakura Temple ever since I was a little girl. Hazakura Temple is run by one of the branch families of the Korean tradition. One of our missions is to protect the main family.
I'm sorry, but main family?
Yes, and that's why I would dirty myself, if need be, to protect her. The daughter
Yo,
of the
what?
master of the Korean channeling technique. Mystic Maya Fey. Huh?
Up and smell the coffee, trite.
She's naming Maya.
Well, it is a Phoenix Wright game. We haven't had Maya get murdered.
Yeah,
accused
hasn't been
yet.
accused of murder in this one. They waited until the very end.
What a new and fresh and original concept to have Maya be accused of murder. I can't believe somehow
Oh my
Palpatine
God.
returned, and this time his plan is most devious.
Most devious. Not like the previous plan that was also most devious.
No! No! Not only did you witness the murder, you know the name of the murderer.
I'm terribly sorry, but it's true. I saw her commit the crime with my very own eyes, and then I cleaned up the area to try to protect her. Objection! That's ridiculous! Maya could never do such a...
The events will refrain from commenting until the appropriate time.
Why is that a rule that only applies to me?
Get fucked. Now witness, let's hear some testimony. What exactly happened on the night of the crime?
Yes, Your
The
Honor.
crime of the crime.
I thought I was prepared
the
for the
cream of the
unexpected, but I never imagined the case would wind up going in this direction. I should have known. They fly. The real murderer. I went to
They
the inner
fly
temple that night. So it all happened. in
They
the
fly
garden.
now.
I saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. While Mystic Maya was still stumbling, Mystic Elise moved in to deliver a fatal strike. Mystic Maya tried desperately to defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense. You can't blame her for it.
Yeah, she stabbed her in the back in self-defense.
In self-defense. You act like you haven't. Stabbed someone in the back.
In self-defense. In Minecraft.
Everybody is guilty
In
of
Minecraft.
something, right? In
Everything's
this case, it just happens to be stabbing someone in the back in self-defense.
Redesign your logo. We know how to do it. No, it was in self-defense.
Yeah, there is somebody who flew, allegedly, according to Larry Butts.
True.
Flew over the bridge. Also was on fire.
Look at the bridge.
Yeah. Yes, Mystic Elise was the one who attacked first. That's why I tried my best to protect Mystic Maya.
You moved the victim's body to the temple so that Maya wouldn't be suspected. Isn't that right? Not bad. You've got the instincts of a true criminal.
Something's not quite right. I'm sure it was established yesterday that Iris never went to the Inner Temple that night. And that the person who did go was that woman. Iris even admitted it.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Now you can speak up. The real murderer, cross-examination.
Now say words.
I went to the Inner Temple and I saw it all happen in the garden. Accurate. Saw Mystic Elise strike Mystic Maya with her staff. I don't have the guide open this time. I forgot.
Wasn't the staff like
The
Staff
staff
is
is
also a
actually a
sword.
sword, but I don't know. I'll press on this, but I don't know if that's the thing it wants me to go
I don't
for right
think
now.
this is the thing.
You're saying that the victim attacked Maya, I mean Miss Faye? Yes, it was a truly frightening scene. Mystic Maya was struck hard on the head and it looked like she was going to collapse. What were you doing at the time? Why didn't you stop them from fighting? I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I was frightened. I couldn't move. I couldn't even speak. I was in such shock. This doesn't sound
What?
right. I don't believe this testimony for a minute.
what?
What? Listen, sometimes I decide the judge is more incomprehensible than others. It's just how I feel.
It's a vibe.
Sometimes he
vibe.
just ratchet till he can't,
Then,
till his brain hurts.
to desperately defend herself and stole the weapon. It was only in self-defense.
I put the new 4Gs on the Jeep.
No! God damn it! That has been stuck in my head for 5 goddamn days. Since you showed it to me. Ah!
I don't even know what we're
It's,
talking
it,
about.
it was same though.
I'm in the drive-thru at
Burger
Burger King.
King. Come on, he's gonna shoot waffle with onion rings.
I mean, this part is all bullshit, but
Woo!
I don't know if the fact that it's a sword is relevant.
It doesn't
Right?
seem relevant.
But I also
Well, I
don't...
mean, it's weird that she didn't say it. Because she
Yeah,
said, like, she
considering
took the cane from him.
Let's give it a go. Nah, it's not it. The music didn't change. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor.
No. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. And what's have to penalize you, Mr. Wright?
Ah, my penis. It must be on the wrong track. I saw her strike her with her staff while she was still stumbling. I'm just gonna press stuff and see what happens. She moved in to deliver a fatal strike? Yes, I'm sure of it. She threw down her staff and reached into her robe for a weapon. Ah, there we go. That's
That's what it is.
That'll do
It was
it.
something with the staff.
Wait a minute. What was this weapon? It
You know
was
the best part about that
some kind
song,
of dagger.
Swissy?
What?
You know how in the lore of the song, at the end, it is revealed that they put cheese on his Whopper with no cheese. The Whopper doesn't come with cheese innately. That means they put it on purpose.
I know.
Incredible. A dagger, huh? And Elise Denham tried to stab her with this weapon? To kill Miss Faye? Yes,
The cheese.
exactly.
They put cheese on my Whopper with no cheese.
Like, I feel like your odds are better of getting a Whopper with no cheese if you just don't mention the no cheese.
We don't mention no cheese.
Because, like,
at all.
there's too much risk of them mishearing you saying cheese on a thing that does not inherently have cheese.
It's really funny. It's like when they have the fucking cereal. It's like now no asbestos.
I'm like, well, I didn't think there was
there
until you
ever
brought it up.
asbestos? What's it?
I'm at the drive-thru of Burger King.
Bin bow tie.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
No, this sentence.
Oh, this. It's just cheese. I didn't forget that. Hey, Molo guy's in the nose.
Of course Molo guy knows.
In the nose.
Okay.
In whose nose? Who knows? You look like I did after I mistakenly took a swig of Worcestershire sauce.
What?
Sure. Oh, hang on. I gotta look up how to pronounce it. Hang on. Bear with me. I got my best friend on YouTube who knows how to pronounce everything.
No, Swissy! It's never accurate, Swissy!
Where's he at? There he is.
You have a problem with the testimony we're hearing from your client, lawyer
Oh
boy.
no, this one's legitimate. That's stupid.
Do I have a problem with Iris's testimony? There is one thing.
Why did he
Your
call
Honor.
us lawyer boy when he is
He's
also a lawyer?
I don't know. I have a small problem with
Hold
the
on.
witness's testimony.
You.
Where's the shish?
But this witness is your own client.
Yes, well, nevertheless.
That's fine. Witness, let's add the last statement to your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, wait a moment. That's my job to say that. Clonk. Listen, Gramps, I won't say it again. Final judgment will be rendered by me.
That's not how this works.
Okay. Okay. Now let's
Okay.
continue.
Threw her staff away and pulled the dagger. Objection! She had a sword. Objection! Now we got it. Sister Iris, there's something strange about your version of events. Huh? Miss Denham throwing
They're
her
wrong
staff
and
away
dumb.
makes no sense at all to me. But all you can do with a staff is hit someone.
Well, first of all, that's very effective, anyways. What do you mean? The blunt
Second of all,
stick
even if
is
it-
an excellent
Even if
weapon.
it weren't, even if it weren't also a sword, the bottom of it was pointy. You could stab someone with it.
Yeah.
I'd rather be stabbed to death quickly with a sword than whacked to death slowly with a staff.
Yeah, I'm
True.
just saying, if you need to bludgeon someone to death, you can do it without like a ton of effort. It's not like, you
You
know,
just need something with
gotta
enough
hit the right
leverage.
it's not like you. It's
In
not
Mi-
like
in
you gotta
Minecraft.
be like, oh no, I have to ditch this stick. There's no way I could kill someone with a stick.
In Minecraft.
Naturally, you wouldn't know this, Sister Iris, but the victim's staff had a special feature about it. As you can see, it's a sword. Ah,
Alright.
if Elise Denham really had wanted to kill Maya Fey, she wouldn't have needed to use a separate dagger. Not when she already had a beautiful blade in her hands already.
Beautiful blade.
A blade with only one blade instead of infinite branches.
Well,
Instead of
Sister
infinite
Iris, what do you have to
branches.
say?
Objection. That was an impressive bit of investigating, Trite. I never would have thought there was a sword hidden in that staff. But even so...
Oh.
How should I put this? A
You're
long
up to.
sword is unwieldy and thus quite ineffective in close quarters combat.
Yeah.
Maybe for you,
What-
loser. Maybe that's...
Also, isn't this just speculation?
yes,
Yeah,
we
they're,
don't
they're
have
allowed to
whatever
do that.
dagger they're talking about.
Uh,
This motherfucker has the dagger, doesn't he?
I hit it.
Probably.
Ass crack earlier today.
You what?
I had to keep it safe.
Which end first?
Maybe that's why she chose the dagger.
Answer
over
the question!
blade.
Well,
Anyway, the type of weapon she chose to use isn't what's important. The important thing is that she tried to kill Maya Fey. As long as there's nothing strange about that, there's no problem with her testimony.
but there is something strange about this whole testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, the prosecution has a point.
Does he?
No.
Very well, Your Honor. The defense will now
No,
present
they
evidence
never
to back its
do.
argument.
They just say shit. Like, well, unless you can prove why
I just
she
wanna
wouldn't
start-
want to kill him.
I'm just gonna
Then I
start
guess she
saying,
killed
well, he
him.
has a point to clearly wrong things. And see what
Mr.
happens.
I have here another
Be in
piece
the
of evidence that
comments
shows
of
that this
every
testimony
tweet,
can't be
Twitter
trusted.
from Elon.
Well, he has a point.
Because
Got a
Miss
point.
Elise Denham would never attempt to take the life of Maya Fey.
That's also not necessarily true.
Take that!
Like, there
least-
are people that have tried and
Yeah.
or have killed their children. So like,
Yeah.
That's true.
that this is also not a good argument. I was just like
Elise Denham
It's really
would
just
never
bad
have attacked
arguments.
Maya Fey.
arguing against
How
bad
can you
arguments.
be so
you know?
sure? Because the victim's real name was not Elise Denham. Her real name was Misty Fey.
Hey,
Ah! No, not Mystic Misty Fey.
ah, who is this? Is this Misty Fey? Is she related to?
Misty Fey is the master of the Kurain channeling technique. She is also the mother of Maya Fey.
There was a crowd
Wowie
going
zowie.
wild.
Is it really true, Mr. Wright? Was Elise Denham actually the great Mystic Misty? There's no doubt about it. Looks like Iris had no idea. I can hardly believe it. The idea that she would try to kill her only daughter, one she hadn't seen in 17 years. Perhaps the prosecution can offer some explanation for why she would do such a thing.
Obviously, she hadn't seen her in 17 years.
He didn't
know what
know
she
what
looked
she
like.
looked like.
Easy clap. GG.
Okay, there's a thing in here that says alternatively you can present her profile in the second or third statement to say that she would never kill Maya, and Goto will simply write it off as domestic violence.
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, I
it
guess
would be
it
the
could
most
be.
cogent argument he's ever made, frankly. It's not really much of a gotcha to be like, why would she kill her own daughter? I could just be like, she hated that bitch. Who knows?
Why does anybody kill anybody?
Yeah.
Upon first hearing the witness testimony, believed that ruled up.
You're getting worse.
However, but after the back, the matter has been presented.
I think he did get the fever of his brother. You know what? Scratch that. I think he has brain amoebas.
This is for someday when someone is finally watching this Let's Play. And they're like trying to wash dishes or something, so they're just listening.
And then you're like,
and they
wait
have
a
to
minute.
keep pausing and looking at the text to see what the fuck I'm saying. If this is happening to you, I want you to know it is personal. I do hate you specifically.
Get
Damn,
fucked.
savage.
Probably Malo guy 10 years from now.
Or me in a couple of months
Get
when I
fucked,
get
Molly
back to
guy.
this stream. When I'm looking for clips.
Who is giving them to him? I gotta know!
Your mother. Listen.
Oh.
He's got a
there's
barista
nothing
just
in
off
this
screen.
world.
You know what? No, here's what I think. I think there's a whole bunch of coffee mugs on that side of the table with magnets in the handles, and he's got a fucking ring that turns on a magnet, and then it shoots a cup to his hand. Bam! Science. Magnets, bitch.
I'm not even gonna get into that one. There's nothing in this world that's impossible. Except for one little thing.
It's science.
Yes, what is this one little thing?
Ah, you still don't get it. You think maybe my... Sorry, I wasn't strong enough mentally for this one. You think maybe my beans are under roasted, but you have no idea, Gramps.
Could you get to your point?
Damn.
I heard this witness's confession this morning. Just as I taken
damn
my
it.
first sip of my 8th cup of morning coffee.
Sorry, Swissy, I'll get you.
You're to ruin your health, my friend.
Anyway, after hearing this woman's confession, I had a detective who loves to investigate sent to the scene of the crime.
Oh no.
And he discovered this little beauty.
That's a bragger, the witness testified to scene.
There you go, Swissy.
Big titty.
There we go.
Obviously, Your Honor.
What's up?
You did the
What's
big
up?
Twitty redeem.
What's happening?
I didn't have the thing going, but I do now, so I did it for you. You're welcome.
Ah. I don't know what it did, honestly.
Well, here, I'll do it again.
Big titty.
Does it like play on stream or what?
Yes.
I got an ad.
Rip.
Ah, it
Ain't
just
that
hits you
just
with
the
big
way?
titty.
It hits me with big titty.
I see now.
No, if you look closely, there appears to be blood on it.
Where did you find that? Eh.
Big titty.
I didn't see that when I investigated the crime scene.
Did you investigate the pine tree at the crime scene?
Huh?
Remember when people
pine tree?
unironically said tig old biddies? Not only do I remember it, I still do it.
Hell yeah,
and
dude.
I still like your favorite Martian song
Hell
called
yeah.
Tig Old Biddies.
Hell yeah. Who can
Like
relate?
Earth and Mars, having some fun. When I take it back, it's more like two of the sun. At
What?
this point, I let my mind run and drifted off thinking about the Tig Old Biddies. Don't
Hell yeah,
copyright
dude.
strike me, Ray William Johnson.
Ray, please.
I'm calling him now.
Ray. RWJ, no.
He's sending
Oh.
hitmen.
Mr. William Johnson, no.
Mr. Johnson's. Please.
Please.
What fucking pine tree is he talking about, by the way? There is no pine tree in this image.
The dagger was stuck in the backside of the pine tree.
The pine tree. The one and only.
When the last blow was struck, ending the violent battle between the two Wyndham?
Wyndham. The two women.
Wyndham.
Wyndham's XP.
The two
Two
women.
Wyndham's Bexby. This little baby was thrown in the direction of the back of the pine tree.
I don't like the way you said baby.
This little baby.
This little baby.
This little baby.
Stupid.
Which means the blood on this dagger belongs to the victim, correct?
Ah, were you even listening, old man? Man, I first heard this confession this morning.
Wha-
Just as I had taken the first sip of my 13th cup of morning coffee.
Did you say it was your 8th just a few minutes ago? This motherfucker had 13 coffees before 10 a.m.
I didn't have enough time to get the blood analyzed on such short notice.
In any case, the court will accept the dagger as evidence. Furthermore, I order that a blood test be done on it immediately.
This is my sweetheart.
Wait.
Make sure you treat her right.
Cool.
Okay.
She's my baby.
Bailiff, here's a piece of evidence to the crime lab for testing immediately.
Dagger added to the court record. The blood is being analyzed now.
So, like, do you think they just lick the blood, or
Just lick
like
it.
if I was gonna be a CSI, would I be allowed to lick blood?
Just lick it. You stick your finger in it. You lick it, and you go,
All
"Yep,
depends on how
Blood.
good you are.
It's blood.
it's blood."
Gross. Mop it up.
Now back to my hunch.
Now then. Red money with this was here, and numerous aspects to it. However,
Sometimes I'm just kind of going Swedish Chef, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Her burger burger. I But wait. The popcorn is wimpy. Cute girls never lie.
What?
Ever.
I have 3 games worth of evidence that is not true.
You ever realize that Goto's just an incel, like unironically?
Yeah.
Like, in every way, he rules. He's so cool.
And he just keeps on. He just says shit.
I just his entire like shtick is source. I made it the fuck up. I don't know what to. I don't know what to do.
Very good witness. If you could please testify again to the court.
About what, Your Honor?
About the incident you saw. The battle between these two Wimbledons.
Yes, Your Honor. Witness testimony, the battle. Mystic Maya
battle.
stumbled briefly after being hit over the head with the staff, but then she dodged Mystic Elise's next attack and stole her weapon.
Sick.
Suddenly, Mystic Elise was the one on the defensive with her back to the stone lantern.
Nice moves.
Here comes a big one.
That's when Mystic Maya
Mostly
stabbed Mystic Elise. Mystic Elise managed to fling the knife away, but then she collapsed.
Blech.
Waiting patiently. I just wish he wouldn't do this when there was no background news, you know? It's like he waits for it
That's
to be
what makes it
completely
funnier.
silent specifically.
Yeah, I know. What an asshole.
Yeah.
That was a very heartbreaking story.
Couldn't be me.
Sorry, I was just sitting with that one for a minute. Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
You ever just really taken a look at your hands?
I don't know if there were any bad feelings between them, but it had been 17 years since Mystic Misty's disappearance. Perhaps they simply didn't recognize each other anymore.
God damn it.
That seems reasonable.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold
Yep.
on.
Yes?
Unrelated to the stream, I have to do
Holding.
something.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I agree.
Big titty.
Now then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
Oh, I see. Cross-examination, the battle. Mystic Maya Oh, I already read all that. Let's see here. Which one of these seems like bullshit? Dodge. Suddenly, Mystic Elise was one on the defensive with the back to the stone lantern. Mystic Maya stabbed her. She was stabbed in the back, I'm fairly certain. Right? Loss of blood from stabbing back. Yes. Something about you just isn't right today, Iris. Huh? Until now, I didn't think you were the type to make such a careless mistake. However, the testimony you just gave contains quite a few contradictions. What do you mean? What's so wrong about my testimony? According to you,
He had her
Maya
back to
Fey
the wall.
stabbed the victim while she had her back to the stone lantern, correct?
Not
Yes, that's right.
scientifically possible.
You'd think if they were gonna
Scientifically
make some shit
speaking.
up, they would at least make it seem reasonable.
But in that case,
Well, I
the
don't think
victim
she
would have been
actually
stabbed
knows
in the
what
stomach,
happened.
right?
Yes, I think so.
But according to the according to the autopsy report, according to the testimony I'm about to give about the autopsy report, the cause of death was due to blood loss from a stab wound in her back. Ah. This proves that the victim was stabbed from behind, not from the front.
Yeah, but like the
Sister
back is
Iris.
just another front if you think about it.
Whoa, man. It appears another seed of doubt has sprouted from your testimony. Ah!
If you stab the back hard enough, it does stab the front.
What?
What?
End of thought.
I wasn't listening.
The judge looks up clearly from playing a Nintendo Switch. Wait, no, 2003. From playing a Nintendo DS in his
Game
lap.
Boy.
Game Boy.
DS might be accurate. I don't know
Game
when that
Boy.
came out. When the first one did.
Oh, definitely not
Like,
2003.
The gray one is pretty old, but it's probably like 2007 or some shit.
It was
Who knows?
wow, 2004.
Yeah,
Damn.
see, I was pretty close.
Wow.
You got pre-release copy.
I find myself aging 400 years.
You have to remember, we're old and everything's terrible.
That's true.
So-
That's true.
Yeah. Did you know 2018 was 5 years ago?
Eh.
I had to keep reminding myself of that.
I know, it always feels like not that.
It happens to me with League of Legends a lot because I'll be like, oh yeah, that rework was pretty recent, and someone said, yeah, and this rework came out in 2018, so it's been in the game for 5 years, and I felt myself becoming dust.
Dude, I know.
I was like, excuse me? But that's a new champion, right? That champion's been in the game more than half of the game's lifespan. What?
That's not okay.
That champion came out in season 4, Josh. It's season 13.
The passage of
Anyways.
time.
When do I get to like fully lose it and begin buying sports cars and dating hot babes?
Will you at least buy me a sports car?
Are you a hot babe?
Never mind.
Alright. Come back to me when you've changed that, and we'll talk.
What is the meaning of this, mister?
Damn, this
right?
is really the trans agenda.
That's been their plan. Probably. I don't know, I don't get the memos.
Incentivize with sports cars. Question mark? Profit.
The woke left. Are using
The woke left wants to buy a sports car. Alex Jones is just like really close to like J. Jonah Jameson in the way he talks, right?
No, Jameson made a lot more sense usually.
True.
He's a lot more coherent.
He had
But
somewhat
Alex Jones
reasonable
is
arguments about
objectively
Spider-Man.
funnier. In some ways, Spider-Man is a bit of a menace.
It's not
Yeah,
usually
he's
his
not
fault,
lying.
but he is the common like.
Yeah, but
He is the one that's always there.
you know, accidental manslaughter is also not usually a person's fault, but they're still to blame. Never mind, that's fault. I'm gonna kill myself. I had a point. I knew what I was trying to say.
It's amazing when you get lucky enough that you can just kind of see Swissy like sputter his own hamster wheel, right? Like he trips up in it. It's just entertaining. I know.
I don't know, dude.
Right.
It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, it
I
rules.
absolutely love it. It's
Yeah, well,
enjoyable
that's
for
good.
me too.
That's good because you show no sign of stopping.
Why stop?
Ha! It's simple.
We killed a Batman.
We kill the Batman.
Has
Oh
anybody
my
made
God.
that joke? Has that been done?
People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift?
This is literally the joke Swissy
Uh-huh.
made.
Is that all you have to say?
I didn't mean it, man. I was just.
I
It
can
was
also
just a joke.
say. I can also say that darkness loves to play with the human mind.
Objection! Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of this testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely claims the victim was stabbed in the stomach.
There's certainly some inconsistencies.
Well, Iris, how about it? Well, it's just...
Holy shit! Flow Rider's coming to Green Bay.
Oh, yeah.
I can get my tickets now.
Damn, dude. Are you gonna?
No.
What do you mean, no?
No. No.
What do you mean? What do I mean? It's Flow Rider.
And?
Can you
That
imagine?
shit's gotta be cheap.
It's not. It's Ticketmaster.
Ah, true.
Scam of
They got a
website.
monopoly. They'll
I know,
charge
dude.
whatever
It's
they want.
crazy.
Can you
Yeah,
they really
imagine
should fix that.
unironically paying money to hear someone fucking sing the song Whistle? We blow my whistle, baby, let me know. My favorite thing about
Oh, yeah.
Flow Rider is imagining that his song
It's Rida.
About-
Isn't it? Or am I crazy?
Flow
Please.
Rider?
Please don't talk to me.
What? Wait, what do you think it is?
Isn't
Flow
it
Rida.
Flow Rida? Am I crazy?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Oh, you said Rider.
You did say
No.
Ryder once.
No, I didn't. That's not possible.
That's not true. That's
Why are you lying
impossible.
directly to my face?
You hit me with the hard R on Rider, man.
Anyways, Flow Rider is great because he's got that song about staying at home, and it's really funny. Well, it was funny during the pandemic because obvious reasons. It's like his song's like My House or whatever, where he says like we can stay at my house, we don't have to go out. But it was funny to imagine that he was just being really cheap and didn't want to pay for like an evening out. Cracks me up. I love Flow Rider from Street Fighter 4's intro song Indestructible.
Damn. That's what
I
he's
love-
famous for.
I love Ed Sheeran from the credits of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I love
Yeah,
Ed
Sharon.
Sheeran from Game of Thrones.
So you
Welcome to
can
my house,
me.
baby, take control now. That's the song. That's how it goes. Open
We
up
don't
the
have to
champagne.
Go out!
Open up the champagne. Pop. It's my house. Come on. Turn it up. Hear a knock on the door. And the night begins. Cause we done this before. So you come on in.
Damn,
Uh-huh.
true. You kind of spitting though. He knows what's up. This guy knows what he's doing.
Welcome to my duck off the crib. The spot, the bed.
No,
But my house is your house if you're throwing it back.
man, this dude
Excuse
does
me.
he's a whole
in my
thesaurus.
home, bring in the sad. Soon as these happy faces, you
Bring
can
in
run
the
with
sad?
cash. No, listen to this whole thing. Excuse me in my home, bring in the sad. Soon as these happy faces, you can run with the cash.
That's not.
Home run,
Florida,
slam
your
dunk,
bars.
touchdown, pass. Mi casa is tu casa, so I ain't holding it back. Another shot of vodka. You know what's in my glass. It's my house. Just relax.
Uh-huh.
True.
Something about home run, slam dunk, touchdown, pass is incredibly funny to me because one of those is not. It's like
It's nothing.
it's like three like big things in the sport ball, and then passing is just a normal fucking like.
Maybe he
everyday
means like a
thing.
touchdown pass. You know what I mean?
No, there's a comma between the two.
Oh fuck. Oh no.
It's a list. The list is home run, slam dunk, touchdown, pass.
Hmm.
Anyways, what we're doing?
He could have said goal, but it wouldn't have rhymed.
It barely rhymes
Yeah, I mean the song
anyway.
barely rhymes. He rhymed
It's a lot
sad
of
with
slang
cash,
rhymes.
so like.
Yeah.
It's I mean it could.
You realize a lot of music does have slant rhymes, right, Soups?
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't make his
Yeah.
bars good.
Because I hear you talk about rhymes a lot. And how they're not actually rhymes. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to rhyme a
talks
lot of
about rhyme
things.
way more than I do.
Sad is not one of the words that. Sad is not one of the words that's hard to rhyme with, though. I'll be honest with you.
That's true.
True.
Bad, had, rad, like that. Those are
It's-
3 very useful words. You can use those anywhere. You can rewrite almost any sentence in English to end with the word had. Like if you try.
Perchance.
Perchance. If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing.
What do you mean?
And how'd you put 2 dots over your eye? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee. But to pick
1
one
million,
out-
million.
But to pick out each one requires total concentration and use of all the senses. Were you really concentrating on what this witness actually said?
What? Yes? I think so.
Prosecutor Godo, explain yourself.
The witness was quite ambiguous about her own ambiguity. Wait, the witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguities when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly.
Gasp.
Uh-huh. How ambiguous.
A human needs one thing to see clearly.
Eyes.
I
I mean, I guess.
was
I
gonna
think
say,
we do not.
I believe that you need several things to see clearly. Because, like, it could be light out and foggy. Anyways. And that is light.
Light.
Diagamy.
Me when I'm
By the
thinking about
way-
the protagonist of Death Note. Light.
Is
And
he
that
the
is light.
protagonist?
I mean, technically.
He's the protagonist. He's not like the hero, but he is the character that the show is about.
Yeah.
I guess. See, I know he was the main character. I just always thought protagonist was different.
It's not always a positive connotation.
It says pro in it.
The leading character
You
in
literally
one
don't have
or
to
one
look
of the
this up.
major characters in a drama, movie, novel, or other fictional text.
Then why is there antagonists?
To foil the
A
protagonist.
person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something.
To someone? That's everybody.
That's so ambiguous. That's stupid.
I didn't
All right,
I
because it's
didn't
very
invent the
clearly
English
supposed to be
language.
like. It's very clearly like the main character of Death Note is the protagonist.
Is it? I would call him the antagonist of Death Note. Because he's a bad guy.
Yeah, I understand
By
that.
the way, did you know?
He's not good.
I don't want to have this conversation anymore.
Wow.
Ah. Sorry, my hair has a knot in it. Oh, I thought you were going to continue after I bulldozed you.
No, you got it, King. Go off.
Alright.
Go off. King.
Hazakura Temple has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the inner temple training, I'm getting real growly. The stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for.
You sound like a janitor I used to have.
Wow, your janitor just sounded crazy.
Well, you never heard a janitor talk before?
Yes? Our janitor was like a maybe 40-year-old just kind of guy, though.
Not old enough.
I don't know. One of his kids was our classmate. I'm sorry, Josh.
Well, if that's true,
They will do it again.
Couldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly?
Normally, yes, Your Honor, but according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, On the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern.
Impossible.
It hadn't been used in a long time, and the wick was no good.
And
That's no good.
good. God.
In Opposite Land, where John Wick is a bad movie,
me,
the wick was no good. In other words,
me
wait.
when I've pissed off John Wick. The Wick was no good, man.
I can't wait for that next one to come out, unless it already has, in which case I can wait, apparently.
It's been in theaters, but
Yeah, that sounds about right. Listen, I don't keep up to date on dates. I just
I'm
let things
waiting for
happen.
it to come to
Hey,
streaming. So we
May
can watch
23rd it
yeah.
comes out on streaming.
Big Pog.
But there we
That's
go.
soon.
I'm a genius.
Yeah, it's like in 5
It's like
days.
Tuesday
I think my movie night's next, so we'll probably watch it then.
Oh yeah.
on Tuesday.
It was a
Tuesday, innit, bruv? I gotta update my John Wick movie collection. But I need to decide if I'm waiting for the next several movies. Because I got the first 3 in a 3-pack. And you know how movies are, where every time they release a new one, they'll make a new
Yeah.
pack with
Now
all
it's
the
a
movies
4-pack.
again.
They should just wait till the end, right?
So like, I don't know. I don't know when's the best time to buy one. I hate being like, here's my 3-pack of the first 3 movies, and then my 4-pack of the next 5 movies. And then this one I bought on its own for some
See,
reason.
what they should do is like when they release multiple collections, they should then release an empty box you can put all of them in
That'd be pretty sweet.
to display as one big collection.
As long as they don't make me pay for the box, I don't want to pay for it.
Well, that get fucked.
That's
I think people
capitalism,
that pay
baby.
for steel cases. What am I do with that?
Looks cool.
In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black. Riddick in the garden that night. There could have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all.
Most enlightening.
Cool.
I love
Yes.
beats and rhymes. He rhymed,
Uh-huh.
that's why I said it.
Yes, that illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it would be difficult to see. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why humans are weak. Isn't that right, Trey?
No!
My keyboard has a pause, unpause button.
You know,
I
I think
know
mine
that
does
till
too.
just now.
Actually, it's on. It's like a.
So
I hit it
mine.
by
for
accident.
F6 or something.
Very weird.
Yeah.
the
Media
skip
keyboard.
button
I've
work, too?
literally never used those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, it interacts with whatever's playing. Sick.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
gonna
see.
skip
Crazy.
the order, Josh. I know how you feel about order.
It's just you have to say it so many times. It's
Yeah.
fucking wild. Sorry, my smack dad is too loud now. Well, here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into
I had
evidence.
it hauled in.
You do
Yeah,
that, bud.
it's weird that he didn't say like a photo of it or something.
Nope. There it is.
There it is. It's just Gumshoe shoving it into court. He
Ugh.
loudly scrapes
Ugh.
on the floor. Maybe it'll rekindle the flame of truth in your mind.
Stone lantern added to the court record. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face?
What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot?
This lantern. There's something written on it. Why, it's written in blood.
Oh boy.
Bragger.
So the judge didn't know about that yet.
Says Leon.
Written in blood. I really hope that Godo's surprised right now because due to his red visor, he can't see the red writing on the stone
Oh!
tablet.
That
You
is
know, like
100% what's gonna happen.
Like the 3D glasses shtick, where like blocks out the same light.
He's like, fucking excuse me?
There's something written in blood.
You what?
It says I'm
I'll be honest, I didn't expect him to be able to read it upside down.
Well, he flips it.
Oh yes, that's
No,
right.
I meant like the judge is real dumb, so I didn't
Yeah.
think he'd put it together.
After being cornered and then stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her. With the blood that was draining out of her body. There is precedent for that too, if you remember. There was a, like the cafe case where he didn't notice that there was ketchup on the apron.
Yeah.
They've just never said it, have they?
No.
He can't see red because of his visor.
Well, good on him for not seeing color.
Wait.
It certainly looks that way.
Objection. Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about?
What do you mean? What are we all talking about?
We're talking about the message written in blood.
Nonsense. This lantern is as clean as a whistle.
No, the fuck it isn't. Could it be? He can't see the bloody writing at all? Now that I
Yeah,
think
red
of it,
glasses.
he did say something to me yesterday.
Everything is red. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
Seems bad for murder cases.
So that's what he meant by that. Well, in theory, he should have investigators investigating things, and one of them would have told him about that. But
Right.
apparently not. Maybe Gumshoe was just hoping he wouldn't bring it up.
In any case, this is obviously an important clue. Now we know the crime scene was dark. And the victim scrawled this message on the stone lantern. Well, Mr. Godo? Anything further? Mr. Godo?
Okay then, let's move on.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. Godo is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from the caffeine overdose.
I believe it has now been established that Miss Denham was killed by Maya Fair.
That's just wrong.
Now it's time to turn our attention to you.
Yes, sir.
After the victim died, you did something, didn't you?
I did a lot of things. That was a couple of days ago.
Let's hear it. We're all ears.
Well, first I went, ah! Because I was scared.
I went, a murder.
Sister Iris's cover-up. After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Kurain tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and...
It's a lot of work.
I used the Shichishito to alter the way the wound looked.
So he moved the body.
Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan. But even so, I never imagined that Elise Denham was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin.
A terrible trick of fate.
I believe you're looking for Twist of Fate, Your Honor.
A
Or
total
Twisted
eclipse
Fate,
of the
my
heart.
favorite League of Legends character.
The Twisted Fate. I still can't
reckon.
believe that he hasn't changed
Twisted
in like
Metal.
fucking
They haven't
10
altered him
years.
at all.
Yeah. I mean, they've definitely tweaked some numbers here and there, but like his kit is exactly the same.
I intended
I
to
think
return...
the only major thing I can remember is they at some point made his alt not global. but
Bummer.
it's still a really big circle.
I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but...
You were spotted by the head nun, correct?
Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back.
Yes, what makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Alright, so... we know some things that make it seem that this was not exactly accurate, I think. The snowmobile, I knew it would show up sooner or later.
The snowmobile always comes up, baby.
Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. This is the part that was in question the other day. Should I ask for more details? Ask about the snowmobile.
Yes.
No, about the tracks.
Ask
the tracks,
about
the
the
tracks, because it was
snowmobile.
snowing.
Find
Remember?
the computer room.
It was snowing. The whole
Find the
tracks thing
computer
was a whole. It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing. Yeah, I know. We spent a lot of time on those tracks.
If you really did move her body by snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right?
Well, yeah, naturally, you would expect tracks.
This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple.
I see. Snow was still falling, huh?
And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. That's
Why
why
are you
there are such
smiling?
fresh-looking tracks.
Why is she smiling when saying murder?
Why the
Only got
fuck
so many
you
sprites.
smiling?
These games were made on the most shoestring of budgets.
Yeah.
Hmm. How about it, Mr. Wright? What do you think about the testimony?
It's very important.
It's bullshit.
When the murder took place,
I
the
did not
snow
get
had already
her, I did
stopped.
not.
That doesn't make sense if you stack it up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony.
But does it have something to do with the case?
All will be
Yes!
made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record.
You can't just do that.
All will be made clear.
Wondrous secrets will be revealed to you. If only you hold aloft the sword.
All will be clear.
All will be clear. Me, anytime anyone
Everything
asks me
becomes secret.
anything.
All
let me be
will
clear. Michelle?
Me when I cast
Michelle?
the invisibility spell on myself.
All will be clear. Ah, this should me when I turn the earth intangible. Now this should be fun. Is what he said. Something like that.
Yeah.
Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we?
Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. No, it hadn't.
Not
Weather data.
likely.
Wait. Wrong. I did it bad.
It does? I don't hear anything bad.
Oops. Wrong thought I had. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. What they down the fourth statement? Oh, there it is. Use the snowmobile to grab. Wait. Oh no. Wait. Yeah, the snow had stopped before the murder, and also lightning set the bridge on fire before she got back. Yeah, that was what it was.
Yeah.
Objection.
Yeah.
You claim the snow had
That's
already
right.
stopped when the murder occurred.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, Iris, that just isn't possible. What? This is the weather
What?
data from the night of the murder.
What?
According to this, the snow didn't stop until around 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge? It was on fire? Did you not... What? How could you possibly not know that?
Bro,
This
bro
is
was living under a
stupid.
rock, dude.
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? Because of the lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be.
What?
It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. No!
But I want to pull the wool.
I wish I had wool over my eyes.
It sounds comfy.
The bridge was
Right?
already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will file you in contempt of court. A thing I can do now, apparently.
I've never done it before, but I'll start. Seems like a good day as any.
I didn't hold people have actively whipped me in this courtroom, and I haven't even held them in contempt. They brought a parrot in here once. Do you have anything to say, Brianna?
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you.
Was he gonna say Mr. Trite? Old man? Old man?
Old man.
On me? How dare you?
Whether this witness... Sorry, my brain tried to say witness wide. And, the rest of me stopped that. Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Squat?
That means a little.
Means a little bit.
The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right?
Yes, of course, but
Whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge
It does
was
matter!
or not. There are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Denham was found at Hazakura Temple, in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Denham's body. I've never gotten over the face expression Misty Faye's doing in that.
Yeah.
Where she's like, oh no!
He makes a good point on both accounts.
Stop!
That's right. I'm not lying.
what are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy. Objection! You have stood
Then
at that
don't
witness stand and
testify.
testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy?
Objection is only human to err.
Then don't testify!
If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you can explain this for the court.
What is it?
Maybe you can shut the fuck up!
Not in this world, Mologai. Everything's made up and it doesn't matter.
We need to not only prove they didn't do it, but find who did most of the time.
Yep, every goddamn time. And also, we have the burden of proof, which makes 0 sense.
Because isn't the burden on the prosecution?
Should be.
Usually.
Supposed to be.
Normally, you can't prove a negative. So, you know. Whatever. When the murder happened, the bridge had already burned down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the courtyard temple courtyard.
Oh, sorry. I zoned out for a second. I'm allowed to do it too
Perchance.
sometimes.
Not so.
Perchance.
Perchance you can find some perfect explanation for this little magic trick Two bodies.
Well, not exactly, no. I know
Two
there must be
bodies.
some other way she got across that burnt-out bridge. She was twins, too.
Double murder.
But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth.
It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
Ah!
So what happened here is the person said, this is what happened. And we said, it's not physically possible that that's what happened. And then he said, oh yeah, big boy, then what did happen? Huh?
Prove it.
Huh? And then we went, well, I don't know. I just know that didn't happen. And he said, see? Worthless. And the judge said, yeah, no, I agree. I
Well,
gotcha.
fine.
I'm following.
I feel you, dude.
It's
Agreed.
insane how this entire franchise treats the idea of an argument.
Right.
Just wild.
All right then, witness. Let's hear your testimony once more.
About what, Your Honor?
You admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be your final testimony? Witness testimony, moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body, so I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still
flew.
falling, or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge?
By flying.
So it's just a misunderstanding, I see.
This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken off
The phrase
the
lightning
Biden
blast from the Biden blast.
Lightning blast is like really close to like the fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon like burst lightning.
From when Blue Eyes White Dragon flew over the bridge and burned it down.
Seto Kaiba was on the scene. He could be heard yelling incoherently about a Yugi. We're not sure what that is yet. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
It certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
I hope that's some stupid shit where like the suspension cable got snapped and like fucking catapulted someone, fucking slingshot him across the bridge.
Pew, pew.
I hope it's some dumb shit like that. Some fucking incomprehensible dumb shit, you know? That'd be really
Flung the
funny.
body all the way to the courtyard.
Boing.
All the way there.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across the bridge in this condition.
Larry saw it and was like, oh shit, inspiration.
Dusky Bridge photo added to the court record. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder.
Again.
Again.
That's right. I'm only going to say this one more time. Is only human to err. Or err. I never looked into that.
Uh-huh.
Only humans can spot the error of our ways.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Final?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Final?
Is that how this
Hold
works?
Moving the body. There's no way to move the body, so I'm gonna... you were on the right track with the bridge, right? With the cables, one of the cables that snaps?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And look at Larry's picture?
There's two cables.
Yeah.
It's two
Damn.
cables.
That's crazy, yo.
Let's see where the cables are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cables are on the bottom.
Yeah.
A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility.
What?
I love when he
What?
just says the insane shit because he hasn't explained it yet.
Ah, you're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's being pulled out of thin air.
I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen.
Larry Button.
Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on the attack and go, go, go. Miss Elise Denham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Laurice Denham.
Okay, well, you shouldn't lie.
Remember what he said in his testimony? That night, he was at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event.
Yeah,
I
'cause
think
he
you've
was
all...
laying
The Loser
upside
Shack
down.
with the rotten potatoes. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night.
Yeah, they Tarzaned across. Because Larry was so stupid, you see, that he drew his picture upside down.
Yeah.
Because he was laying down when he drawed it,
Yeah.
or at least when he saw it. I thought that might be
Correct.
the answer, but I was really hoping it was the slingshot. I'll be
The
honest.
fucking suspension catapult.
Kaboing!
It's much funnier, you have to admit.
It is much funnier. You're correct.
You're true.
True,
You're
true, true,
you're
true. True, 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 true.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air?
In a manner of speaking.
And using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket.
Pathetic scribble's a good thing. I gotta remember that one.
It's a little mean.
Ah. Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old.
At least he's not
Does
here
this
this
sketch
time.
prove anything?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it.
I'm pretty sure it does. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down.
I look at the player playing this on their Game Boy Advance and wink.
If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch?
Upside
Man.
down? Why did Goto say that?
You're looking to upend this whole thing, make
To
it
turn it over.
topsy-turvy.
You're gonna turn it on its head.
Turn the beat around.
Flip the goddamn picture.
Flip the picture before I flip my lid. I'll get my coffee spit on you.
That's a callback, baby.
That's a callback.
All right,
All right, until I can.
till my brain hurts.
Was this some sort of turnabout trial?
From the high to the
Perchance.
snare to the vocals.
All right, then, let's hear the defense's theory.
Game
What exactly is this sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. This sketch drawn by Laurice Denham is evidence of nothing. A complete contradiction.
Exactly what happened.
Something is obviously funny about this sketch.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm no art critic, but even I can see that.
No, that's not what I meant, Your Honor. Larice Denham stated it over and over, that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to
So
believe
he's
his
blind.
testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality?
Ah, this is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing again.
Which means he's about to win.
It was like, what contradicts reality as we know it? The cables.
The cables.
It's this wire connected
What
to the bridge.
contradicts reality as we know it?
The cable.
The
wire.
Wire? I've heard that's a good show.
Ah, I love that show.
I love the why. Go to the kind of guy to say he loves The Wire. Is this the thing that contradicts reality?
It is indeed.
Then show us the reality it supposedly contradicts with.
The picture of the beach.
Show us something that will point out how this sketch contradicts reality.
You just gave me a picture of it.
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes, now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge...
Jumping Jehoshaphat!
Wow.
Wow.
Didn't realize this was fucking Sylvester the cat. Fucking
Jiminy
hit us with the
Whiskers.
suffering suckages. Suffering succotage, dude.
The wires
I haven't
are
heard jumping
below the
Jehoshaphat.
guard wires. Yeah, I know.
I haven't heard that in fucking forever. Also, Steven, quick
Yeah.
side note, just
Yeah.
for you.
Uh-huh.
You canceled dual wielding by just clicking R.
In...
Gunfire removal.
Okay. Sorry, I need more context than that.
In Ace Attorney.
Also, now that I'm playing the dog, which I haven't played in about a million hours, because you know I played this game for 120 hours, and all of those are legitimate. All 120 hours of them. There's shut up.
No.
No,
they're not.
shut up. But the dog
they're
dies so
not.
goddamn fast, dude.
I know.
He only has 55 normal shields. It's kind of crazy. I think it's because one of his trees is full defense stuff, but I had forgotten how shit the dog and cat were. Ugh, until I played them again. Oh. Anyways.
Two
Damn
guys.
true.
This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo.
By the way, did you know?
However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong.
With someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question.
Damn.
Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason?
Are you saying you know the answer to that?
Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed this event. He was at Heavenly
Wait.
Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. Both figuratively and literally. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down.
Wait, wait.
But then,
waiting till
lightning
that
shoots
gate.
from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have been in at that time.
No ponder.
He was lying on his back, which is why
Fuck
he
you.
remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back. I can't see how it relates.
But it does, Your
Right.
Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
But
No way.
Larice Denham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside
That's
down.
the way he likes to fuck.
Face down, ass up.
No, lying on his back, face up.
So then, this sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Larace Denham's sketch is like this.
Whoa!
This is how it should actually look.
Wow! Whoa!
Whoa.
Who would have known?
The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge, it was actually swinging
Yeah.
below. That's right, just like a pendulum.
That's hot. That's hot.
Objection. The way he just like immediately was like, "Zit." Of all the things to say, a pendulum.
The bridge was burning to a crisp, there was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Let's think. Objection. Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff.
Yes, that sounds right.
In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you'd need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead.
Objection!
You'd have to go to Home Depot.
The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident, so it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them.
What? What?
What?
What?
I'm
What?
saying it was just a matter of using what was already there.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope to create a pendulum?
The picture with the pen
Yeah, it was
with the
broken,
rope in
yeah.
it.
the broken ass rope, you know.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard.
Bah! This is one of the wires from the bridge.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around Elise Dedham's body. Whee!
Yeah!
How did it let go automatically is the question.
A
Because
really
there
good
was
knock.
simply no other way to move the body. I don't like watching his throat do that.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wiggle, yeah.
Mr. Godo.
It's still going.
It seems that Mr. Godo is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems the odds of the rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection. Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask.
Never
yes,
is.
Yes, it is.
There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trite, one of you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum?
Well, there's two things.
There are
There's
two things.
the orb that we found on the other
The orb?
side of the bridge. And also, if you remember, her body...
The blunt force trauma?
Yeah. The body fell from a certain height. That's the autopsy report that says that, not her profile. That makes more
Not
sense.
profile. She was 46.
Body
and
fell
died
10
from
feet
blunt
after
trauma.
death.
Objection. The culprit could have easily obtained a rope by going to
To
Lowe's and taking advantage of its incredibly low prices.
Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
Lad, that was a spot where the criminal.
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank.
Drop?
Yeah.
What? What makes you think something like that happened?
What?
Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some
I
distance.
hate this.
I do
What kind
too.
of evidence? Take a look at this
Autopsy.
autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
Look at the autopsy.
Look at this here report. Every time I do it
It's
makes
really
me fun.
short.
No.
All right.
Plant rhyme.
10 feet, huh?
10 feet, huh?
Darkopede.
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal is the one that came off of Miss Elise Denham's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal spear was found.
Indeed. I believe it's already marked on the map. The overhead map.
On the map.
On the map.
On the map.
The crystal was found. Ah!
Precisely, Your Honor.
Ah!
In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed.
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 B.
This explains your theory
Sure.
quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night.
What was that slap noise?
Was
that Swissy? Was that a sound effect?
No.
What happened?
No, I don't have access to my soundboard right now.
Huh.
Don't remind
Was
me.
that in the game and just no one's addressing it?
Get fucked.
Oh, I see.
Mr. Wright.
Bruh.
Impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
Is the line I missed.
Oh.
I thought this cold coffee might help you cool down.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Godo?
I'm just having fun.
That was a dark and bitter guess you made, Trite. But you forgot one thing.
Oh, and what would that be?
The aroma.
What? Huh?
The what?
The
What?
culprit's most reliable accomplice is found is its deep and profound aroma.
The rest of the court doesn't speak coffee-nese. Can you elaborate a bit more?
No.
I refuse. I rest my case. Judge your verdict, please.
If the
Right.
criminal had sent to death, Your Honor, League of Legends.
Death.
If the criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it.
An accomplice of.
The criminal certainly wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Trite?
Mr. Godo's correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Phoenix Wright pulls out a sword. Yes, Your Honor. The body
Honorable
couldn't have made it to
comment.
Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then. If you please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Why, it was
Iris.
Iris.
She never went to across the bridge.
Couldn't. It was on fire by the time she got there.
Yeah, it was her twin sister in the body of pearls that flung the body across.
It can only be
Probably.
you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah! But I don't see
Yeah,
why you're so
that's right,
surprised.
bitch.
The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection. Try it. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection! I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godo? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim.
Strange indeed. Oh, it's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time.
Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using this sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. What?
Damn.
How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What? What kind of nonsense is this?
Just hitting him with it.
You're saying the witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Objection. Are you serious, Trite?
Yes.
You mean this
And
woman
don't call me
is-
objection.
There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's
It's
trying to
the
pin this
different
murder on
bitch.
Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand.
It's Dahlia.
Her real name is...
God,
I scrolled to the second
this
page.
bitch ain't dead.
Take that!
She was never dead.
I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
Hawthorne?
Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Name rings some bells. Distant bells. But bells nonetheless.
It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
She's
a corpse. I remember now. That case. 5 years ago.
Her body's metabolism is the interest only of historians or whatever. Or metabolic processes, that's what it was.
Ah, that's what it is.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Oh, this fucker again.
With the
honor is all mine!
Yeah.
No. The honor is all mine.
Oh, that fade was pretty good.
But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says execution was carried out last month.
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom.
Huh?
What? What?
Wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of... Objection!
Shut up, bitch.
You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Karain channeling technique flows within that body.
Ah.
Ghosts. The spirit. So did Dahlia like body hop between Pearls and Iris? Is that what's happening here?
Who knows? I mean, I do, but I'm not gonna tell you that.
Maybe they should find a way to kill the ghosts too.
Just
So
kill
they
the,
can't do
the
shit like
ghost
this.
banishing technique. It kills them
They
So
forever.
that
should
they can't keep-
Ghostbusters,
So they can't commit murder forever. Yes.
right? It's the only thing I can make sense of all the clues we've been given so far. I thought it was Dahlia in Pearl's body on one side, and then Iris just being complicit. But like, it could also have been a ghost both times. I mean, that's fine. Like, what? Like, who gives a shit anymore?
Yeah.
Like,
Police attorney, baby.
I'd like this game more if it didn't rely so much on ghosts having done crimes.
Right.
The first time it happened, it was kind of funny.
But like they could just keep committing crimes forever. What are you going to do about it?
What are you gonna do?
She could take
They're
over her
ghosts.
body right now and start killing people. What are you gonna do about it? You can't
Even-
kill the ghost.
Even if we prove it was a ghost, like, what are you gonna do?
are you gonna
Execute
do?
the ghost? No justice can be done.
Can't kill Iris.
It's a ghost. Anyways, the great channeling technique. Now, where have I heard that?
That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium.
Fucking stupid. This is dumb.
Dumb.
Can't believe we delayed this stream for so long with our bullshit just to end up here on the one stream where we finally let progression happen.
What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're
Were
asking
it so
us
easy.
You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was.
Well, if you're going to put it things that way, then yes.
Objection. You were supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happened. Sorry,
Objection!
You were supposed to believe a coincidence like that. just
Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions. Ah, what's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple.
This is getting out of hand. That's my line right going.
Even the time of the channeling was planned out, as soon as you hear the lights out bell. In other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection. Do you even know what you're trying to say, Trite?
Yeah.
This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
Murder is
business. Yes, it's true you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris.
What? What?
I used my ghost detector.
It's built in.
It's built in. They can't let me see non-red things. Wait, they
But
can't
they can
let
let
me
me
see
see
red.
ghosts.
But they can let me see ghosts. Science is weird, and I don't try to explain it. Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini and Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled, would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. Yeah, it was Pearls. It was Pearls with Dahlia.
Well, if you remember, Pearl said that she wasn't able to summon her. She tried a lot of times.
Yeah. Because she was already summoned.
Because she was already summoned.
Because I think she already also mentioned that like that would be the only reason.
Right. She said either my powers have failed me because I've been a bad person, or she was already being channeled.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that, I'll be honest.
Oi oi.
Boy, bruv.
Boy Rove.
Which I guess means it had to be Maya, so. Maybe that's why she's stuck in the cave.
She's in the cave.
She's
It
in the
was
cave.
later.
She's
that
in
the
your
body
lungs.
was moved by a pendulum.
What?
That's right.
Naturally, this would mean that the iris that received the body was the real iris. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Gotcha.
After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. Where they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Ooh, thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the iris here is the same one from the other night.
Ah.
Maybe the one the other night was Dahlia.
I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous.
Maybe. It's what I do.
Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places.
Switched places? To be perfectly honest,
I'm
there's
lost.
still quite a few things I do not understand.
End of thought.
That unless we confirm the witness's testimony, we can't continue with this trial.
Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere.
The cave.
Yeah.
The cave.
The cave.
We gotta get in that cave.
Gotta get in the cave.
We gotta get in there.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, has there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yeah, the cave.
Yes.
The earthquake. Earthquake, you know?
It was the cave.
Your Honor, I think there
Caves.
might have been one chance.
Oh! Explain yourself!
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
Unknown. What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move around freely
What
like that?
dumbass! I'm
What
sorry.
absolute colossal loser!
I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris the chance to freely move about was...
If you say anything, I'll kill you. I'll do it.
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly
For
large
chance.
earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
The earthquake! Oh my goodness, the inner temple! This kind of tremor might...
How could I have? She fled. She escaped.
We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne.
That's quite enough, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge's right mind would consider the idea
quiet.
of spirit channeling. All right.
Bruh.
Hi, Dahlia.
It's been
What's
a long
happening?
time, Mr. Judge.
That voice.
Guess I'll have to ask again. Name and profession. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne.
Say
my
ghost.
current
Say
profession-
being ghost.
Permanently
Aw.
retired.
F.
Ah. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
That's what I'm saying. She's
Yeah.
a ghost. What are we
Literally,
gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What are we gonna do? Cast an anti-ghost spell?
Those might exist, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, I'll be honest.
It's Ace Attorney, man.
It could be anything.
What's going on here?
If you remember from the second game, she said there was like a spirit severing technique that they were doing on Maya, but that was also a lie because Maya wasn't actually channeling anyone, so...
Yeah.
True.
Maybe it actually exists, who knows? She was unconscious in a
unclear.
box.
She was in a box.
Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her, and for myself. And that is the to be continued. I knew we were close to it. Alright, so that will do it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We've got maybe 2 more streams if they don't run super long.
Thankfully, your hair doesn't change when you're channeling somebody. Otherwise, it would have been inconvenient.
That's true, that's true.
Right?
But,
Yeah.
alright, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week for whatever I decide to do on Monday. It depends. If Guilty Gear DLC comes out before, then we'll do that. Otherwise, probably Fortnite.
Isn't
damn
there
it.
a date on it?
Yeah, there is. I just couldn't remember what it was. So yeah, probably Fortnite next week. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.